Can you tell that I'm excited? In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you my first impression of 3 brand new fragrances. 2 that have been just released, 1 that has been out for a little while but has been reformulated. And I happen to have the brand new formulation of it that I am stoked not only have, but to bring you guys my thoughts on it. And I'm super excited to open these up, so let's get into it. So the first of the 3 that I'm going to go over today are going to be from a clothing store. One that I used to frequent myself probably about 10 years ago or so. I used to go there to buy skateboards, to buy my skateboarding shoes, my flat bill audio hats. Even though I was awful at skateboarding, I used to go there to buy my shirts and stuff. But I had these due to a subscriber's request. One subscriber asked me to pick up a fragrance and I did it. That clothing store, again, is Pacsun. And here I have 2 of their brand new fragrances. The first of the 2 that I'll be going over from Pacsun will be the Hidden Hills Cologne, followed by Atwater. But now the 3rd fragrance that I have for today is the one that I'm most excited about. It comes from the house of Pete and Pedro. It is Rebel. This is their re-release of this fragrance. They did a reformulation, made it a bit stronger, is what they tell me. And I don't think I've seen a review of the reformulated version yet, the stronger version just yet. They upped the percentage of oils in it, from my understanding, and now we have this. So that's gonna be my 3rd of this video. So let's go ahead and get into the Hidden Hills. And here we have the front of the Hidden Hills box. On the sides here, you don't have anything. On the front here, you have where it says the Pacsun Los Angeles Hidden Hills fragrance. That is a 1.7 fluid ounces and 50 ml. Again, nothing on the side here, nothing on the top. Outside of this right here is going to be meant to keep it closed. And on the back here, you'll see again where it says Pacsun Los Angeles, and you'll have the ingredients here along with the name again there, 1.7 fluid ounces there. And on the bottom here, you'll have your barcode. You'll see that it says 30 bucks here. This is $25 online, so it might be 30 bucks in the store. So if you're looking at picking this up, you might save like a few bucks buying this online. I cannot stand when they do these little tape things on their boxes. See, I don't have a knife, so now I got this nice little, I guess it looks kind of like a sun, doesn't it? It looks like that. It's in a real snug way, you can still. And here we have the bottle. It's definitely one that you can hold by the cap, guys, for sure. So I pushed down the cap on this thing, and you see that? Look at that. So I pushed down the cap on it, and it just, wow. And here we have the front of the bottle here. You can see where it says Pacsun Los Angeles and Hidden Hills down there on the bottom. Nothing here on the sides. On the back here, you don't have anything. I feel like it's gonna be a nice atomizer on this, I'm completely honest with y'all. But it has nice distribution on it. Hidden Hills has notes of mossy oak, earth notes, and citruses. There's not a listed breakdown of these fragrances, and I looked on Fragrantica and it's not on there yet either, so going off of those 3 notes we have here, it's definitely just a green fragrance with a sweet citrus to it. I want to say it's bergamot, maybe even lemon. It's definitely leaning more towards like a bergamot kind of scent, an orange-ish scent, maybe lime. The mossy oaks are definitely even there in the opening, which isn't a bad thing. This is not your general cheap blue style fragrance, and it's not quite like your general green fragrance. This is like a step up from like Bath & Body Works, those super cheap fragrances, because it is cheap. It's not niche quality, it's not, you know, high-end designer quality, it's not really even designer quality, but it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't mind smelling like this, and I'm probably gonna wear this one too. Yeah, this is a really nice office scent. Now, what they don't have on these bottles is what concentration the fragrance is. So it doesn't say, it says fragrance. It doesn't say if it's an EDT or if it's an EDP, cologne. They don't list what the concentration is. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's probably cologne, or either that or EDT. But we'll see how this goes in the performance aspect. Again, it's not bad, but it's really primarily just gonna be your earthy notes. I mean, mossy oak and earthy notes kind of go hand in hand, really. I don't know why they listed it, you know, as 2 separate notes. Basically, you have your earthy notes with some citruses, and it's just those 2. It honestly is a decent combination of those 2. And again, guys, that is the Hidden Hills by Pacsun. What we have here next is going to be Atwater. Now, Atwater has a bit more interesting notes, in my opinion. Atwater has notes of pear, worn leather, tropical wood, and lemongrass. And the display on this is pretty much exactly the same as the other one, minus, you know, the coloring. Pacsun up here, Los Angeles there, Atwater fragrance, 1.7 fluid ounces, and that is 50 ml. On the back here, you have Pacsun Los Angeles ingredients and 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 ml. Atwater fragrance right there. Nothing on the top, minus the tear from opening that part. Nothing on the sides here. And there's a different kind of grip to this box, guys. It's not like a soap box, I guess. It's more, there's a bit of a texture, eyes feel to it. Oh, it's actually clear. I thought it'd be white. The Atwater, guys. You guys can see it's clear bottle all the way around here with the same cap. So again, decent atomizer on this thing. So there's a little bit of alcohol in the opening of this one. There's more alcohol in the opening of this than there was in Hidden Hills, but it's been sitting on there for maybe 10 seconds, and the alcohol has kind of died back some. You get the pear real heavy in this. The pear and the lemongrass. I'm not getting much of the worn leather, really. I'm assuming that might come in the dry down along with the wood. I think the tropical wood in this is gonna be like a sweeter kind of wood. This isn't bad either. Even though what's funny is that this one is not quite as, I would say that the Hidden Hills is more of a freshy than Atwater. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a little bit longer, and we'll come back and revisit that. And next, guys, we have the main event. We have the one that I'm just most excited about, honestly. We have the new Rebel here from Pete and Pedro. And to show you guys the boxing here, you have the Pete and Pedro sign or symbol there. You have Rebel by Pete and Pedro. Down here, you have 1.7 ounces, 50 ml. This is a nice little design. This here is kind of raised, or actually in the box. It gives it more of a texturized feel to it. On the back here, you'll see that this is described as a sexy, spicy, and seductive fragrance. And on the back here, you'll see that it's described as a sexy, spicy, and seductive fragrance. So what it says here is that Rebel is more than a scent. It is a statement. It is be bold, be confident, and be you. It's cool. One thing about this fragrance is that I know that it was inspired by Creed Aventus. And here we have the front of the bottle here. Nice thick glass all the way around with a cap that's so much better than the other one. But it comes off like that. A nice golden atomizer here. So if you aren't aware about what Rebel is, it is a fragrance that was released by Alpha M, whose real name is Aaron Moreno. He's been here on YouTube for roughly about 10 years or so. From what I've seen, about 10 years. He's basically the Robes 08 of the grooming game with 6 million subscribers. Aaron is the creative director, I believe, of Pete and Pedro, and he's working with Tiege Hanley, which I think it might be his as well. But I do have some of their products that I will be coming to you guys tomorrow with my weekly review of that, because it was my first week using it, and I have some stuff to tell you guys. Also, I want to do a weekly check-in with everyone who commented on that video from the other day, kind of see how your goals are going for the week. So the fragrance that inspired the creation of Rebel was Creed Aventus. Now, this is not said to be a clone, it's just inspired by. From what I've seen on it is that it's the opening initial scent of it is really what it's supposed to be like, or supposed to, you know, be inspired by this phenomenal fragrance right here, Creed Aventus. Rebel has top notes of bergamot, which is a citrus, pineapple, and nutmeg. And mid notes of cassis fruit, thyme, and sage. A base of mossy, woody, amber, and patchouli. That is extremely close to the opening of Creed Aventus. Like a pineapple, very pineapple heavy Creed Aventus. But there's the bergamot that's there. Oh, that's nice. It's like the sweet pineapple, but not overly sweet. It's not like a Demeter pineapple. It's like an actual pineapple with like a ripe bergamot there. That's really nice. Now the nutmeg, there is a bit of a spice there as well. So it's not just fruit and sweet. There is a bit of a nutmeg that's there as well. The opening of this is 100% is Creed Aventus. I don't know how they did that. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know that I have quite a few Aventus inspired or Aventus clones in my collection. And some I have that are, you know, primarily focused on certain, you know, whether it be the pineapple, whether it be the birchiness, whether it be the earthiness. This opening is primarily focusing on the older batches of Aventus before they got smoky. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting that really bright opening with some undertones of the nutmeg in the opening, at least. I'm gonna bring you guys a full review of this fragrance in about a week or two, whenever I can get a real feel for it. But I will link it down below, just so you guys can go check out the website. They do have a lot more than just colognes. They have a bunch of hair products. They have like a salt spray that I really want to pick up, and a putty, honestly. I'm gonna let this sit for just a little bit, and I'm gonna go back and reference these other ones. So I have the Hidden Hills right here. I can barely even smell this one on test strip anymore. So in the dry down with the Hidden Hills, I'm getting a lot of the earthiness has kind of taken over any of the citruses that were there. It reminds me of certain like deodorants. If someone smelled it on you, it would smell nice. Let's put it that way. It's not going to be something that's going to turn anybody away from you. There's not any notes in there that's going to be like anything that's going to be offensive. So it's very safe, but it's also very weak. Right here I have Atwater. Okay, wow. So there's still a little bit of the pear that's there, but the worn leather is kind of there now. The worn leather is present. It went from the fruity pear to the like warm leather and like lemongrass. That's interesting. Pear is a different note in the fragrance, guys. And pear and leather, it's just different. It's not bad, it's just different. The Atwater is going to be a little bit harder to wear, I think, than the Hidden Hills, but it's definitely more unique. So if you want something that's more unique than like your general green style fragrance with some citruses, and these are your two options, I would say this one is going to stand out more. It potentially has more of a chance of being a complimented fragrance due to the sweetness that's in this. I feel like it can reach out a little bit further, but I can't really speak on the projection or longevity just yet, because it's sprayed it. But it is okay though. I mean, it's not bad. And back to Rebel. The dry down is not Creed Aventus. It still has some of the bergamotti and the citruses there, but it's not in the same vein as Creed Aventus. There's a really nice amber that's there. It's very smooth. Still some fruitiness there. The mossiness is kind of there too with patchouli is definitely on the forefront there too. Amber and patchouli that's really there with some thyme in the sage. It's a bit sweet. It's not like a fruit sweet, but it's sweet. And not like an overly cloying sweet. It's a good one. And the thing about this is that I can tell it's gonna last a while. Just projecting pretty heavily off my arm right now. One thing guys, I need to show you guys this. Aaron, if you are also the creative director at Pacsun, you guys can see here, they're very similar bottles. Very different fragrances, nowhere near the same. But yeah, I do hope that this video has been informative, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time here. Again guys, I plan on bringing you a full review of this within a few days. Tomorrow I'm going to be bringing you guys my Tiege Hanley review, because like I said, I do have a few things to share with you guys. This will be making its way into that rotation. I'll explain that tomorrow, how this has a place in that routine. But guys, this has been fun. Y'all, out of these three, if I had to rank them, my favorite to least favorite, number 3 is going to go to the Hidden Hills, just because it's not very unique. There's not anything in it that's different than something else. It smells like something that you have grabbed at like TJ Maxx and off the shelf and just been like, you know what I mean? It's just nothing really different about it. Number 2 is going to go to the Pacsun Atwater. It's at 2 because there is a bit of a differentness to it. The pear note and the leather note is just something that's just a little different than something that I've smelt before. This one's gonna be really interesting to give some wear. It is very cheap, but the pear note in there is just really cool. But number 1, hands down, goes to Rebel, guys. I do want to see how this develops on my skin to see if the performance is there, but I know that they did just re-release it with better performance. But that should be something to look forward to when it comes to this. Guys, that is that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I always say, keep it gent and love your scent, and I'll see you all tomorrow.